All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. So Terence Bud Crawford denies some Errol Spence Jr. fight rumors, specifically also confirms some things, and at the same time, man, I gotta tell you, dude, it is got to be hard to do an interview with Terence Bud Crawford. Before I get into the details, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channels, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so very much for your continued support. Absolutely means a lot. So, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. will be fighting on July 29th. And he just did an interview on YouTube on the MMA Fight on SBN channel by Ariel Helwani, interview done by Ariel Helwani, and gave more insight into what is going on with the fight. But at the same time, really did prevent the interviewer from getting really anything good up out of him, which is why I'm telling you, man, sometimes it's gonna be interesting how this fight sells. But first and foremost, let me tell you what he said is not true. Now, there are a lot of people that are saying that the reason why Terence Crawford took the Errol Spence Jr. fight was because he now feels more confident that the fight can make a good amount of money because Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia did 1.2 million pay-per-views. So he is feeling like, okay, now that I know that my money is, that I have a bigger chance of making more money on the back end, now I feel more comfortable doing it. Terence Crawford says that's not true. He said they were on a way to agree into the fight before that, and that, that was never really an issue. That's not what really pushed it over the edge, that he had already felt like the fight, like they were close to getting that fight done. And then he also confirmed some things about what's going to go on with the fight. There is going to be a press tour that goes on next week. One press conference is going to be in New York, and the other press conference is going to be in LA. So we will actually get to see a face-off between the two of those guys next week. And that's good news. Also, he denied that he signed that he is signed to the PBC. There had been some reports out there that the reason that Terence Crawford took the fight was because he had signed a promotional deal with the PBC or Showtime. He said that's not true. And he said, look, that he's there for two fights. One fight, the fight is going to be on July 29th. And if there's a rematch, the rematch that would take place and would have to take place before the end of 2023. And it is a bilateral rematch clause. So either one of the two, whoever wins or whoever loses the fight, has the ability, to call for a rematch. So there very well may be a rematch. He was also asked whether or not he was going to make a career high payday for the fight. And this is why I'm saying, man, you got to take everything he says. You got to take it with a little grain of salt, because he said, not a grain of salt. Should say, it's just, he's just so circumspect. He says that answers the question, are you going to make your biggest payday of your career in this fight? And he says, I don't know. I haven't gotten my paycheck yet, so I don't know. Now, reading into that, if Ariel Helwani had said, did you get your biggest guaranteed purse yet? Maybe that question he might have been able to answer the question, even though I think he would have slipped that one, because he pretty much slipped every other question that was in the interview. Asked whether or not who he thought would win between Devin Haney or Gervonta Davis. He said, well, if it goes the distance, I got Gervonta Davis. If there's a knockout, if it goes the distance, I've got Devin Haney. If it's a knockout, I got Gervonta Davis. Well, what else is new? Except for that decision thing, I kind of disagree with that. I think Gervonta knocks you down 3 times. He's going to get a decision over you that as well. But he said that he thought that Devin Haney would not fight Shakur Stevenson, that he'd either move up to 140 pounds or he would fight Gervonta Davis. Also, when asked about what he thought about who won the fight, he said, look, man, I'm not a judge. Very slick way to answer the question. I got to take my hat off to him on that one. I'm not a judge. I didn't go to school. I wasn't trained as a judge or a referee. So who am I to really complain about whether or not they think they got the right score or not? I ain't trying to hear that, man, because I am pretty sure I can go back into the archives and do the research on Terence Crawford's Twitter page, but I'm pretty sure that Terence Crawford has called the fight a robbery before, if not the Mikhail Fox fight, another fight I'm pretty sure he had. But it is what it is, man. He answered the question in a way that, you know, he didn't cause any drama amongst the people that he's cool with, because obviously Terence Crawford networks a good amount and has relationships around the boxing world and has been in front of a camera enough time not to allow somebody to bait him into answering a question in a way that would cause him trouble. Interestingly enough, one of the things that he did answer for certain, and I have to tell you, I got a chuckle out of this one, is when he talked about whether or not Francis Ngannou from MMA, former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, how he would do as a heavyweight against the top heavyweights. And he said, look, man, I would not advise him to go straight in there and fight a guy like Deontay Wilder, because if you mess up one time with Deontay Wilder, you are going to go to sleep until next week. And the interviewer, Ariel Helwani, now I've listened to him talk boxing before. That, to me, Ariel Helwani is like an absolute positively quintessential example of a casual boxing fan. Because he said, well, you know, he actually acts surprised that Terence Crawford would say that about Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder. And he said, well, you know, Deontay Wilder's not really known as, you know, like a really skilled fighter, you know. And he said, look, man, he hits you, you're going to sleep. And he said Tyson Fury, he said he put Tyson Fury to sleep. Tyson Fury just woke up. He said, I haven't seen that before, but he knocked out Tyson Fury. He put Tyson Fury to sleep. Tyson Fury just woke up. And that's the truth, man. It's like, man, God dog. But anyway, all around good interview from Terence Crawford, man. I think, you know, nothing really out there, you know, scandalous in the interview or anything like that. Just a good conversation. Anyway, I hope you get a chance to go listen to the interview. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.